Grandmama told me I had
Indian in my family.
Grandmama told me I had
Indian
in
in my family. It sounds so good.
Be on my square a couple years ago. Then I found out I was a block foot to let me go. Daddy Jack. Round the world, all indigenous. I'm from behind the clan, American Indian. We came in the land from my ancestors, the villages, from the raping and the pillaging, from the Jim Crow laws killing us. The land rights, the birth rights, these pilgrims are still stealing them. With the Arabs and the Asians in the neighborhood stealing them.
All right, here we go. Here we go. I had to get that loop off. What did it look like, though? What up, family? How's everybody doing this morning? Fine afternoon in some places, some parts of the world, and early morning in other parts. What's good? Y'all got it now? The sound? Do my mic sound nice? 1 2 1 2. Drop a 1. Drop a 1. Drop a 1.
Your mouth sounds nice. Check 1.
Check 1. What up, cuz? How you doing? Yo, you smashed it last night.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
It'd be like a parent and graduation day watching you sometimes. I swear, I absolutely love it. I just be so proud. Like, my cousin.
It was a great session.
You heard what he said? Look. Watch the presentation. Look at it. Look at it. Had to put you on the big screen.
Oh, I got a couple screenshots in my phone already. I can't wait to post them.
Yeah, that was you know, the fact that you could just your First Tribe Nation, it should just be a curriculum like in academia, like
man.
You know, you could just there was just so much you can do. Like it is very difficult for anyone to top that, cousin. Just bravo.
I appreciate that.
You really walked it down, brother.
Thank you, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, doctor. I appreciate y'all.
Sources, just the oh my goodness, the dissertation, yo, you're just so on point, and it's just these things that just stick to your ribs. It's just.
Y'all worthy. Y'all so worthy. Each and every one of y'all.
Oh man, I absolutely loved that last night. Hold on, let me drop the link because we got our other family. I see our other UIHS in the chat.
Yes, indeed.
I got a second. Like the video, share the video. We ain't got a lot of time. We just gonna run through a couple of things. One thing. It's this one thing that got me tripping. It's this one thing that got me tripping. And I just want to know if we could talk about it real quick. I just want to know, can we talk about it?
For sure.
Can we talk about it? Oh my goodness, like it's just super crazy. Got so many things to say. Can we talk about it? I wanna talk about it. Okay, I had to hit y'all with that little, it was right there. I was listening to that before I went live. Can we talk about it? So check this out. Cousin Ish.
Yes, guys.
The DNA, the story we was reading regarding the DNA, the European DNA, like what is happening here? All of the things that we have been talking about for years, right? The connection, how to, and then see people get it confused. Now we have had conflict with people that have brought Moorish information to the table.
Right.
But for those of us like me, and I talked about my Black European ancestry, right, in antiquity,
right,
and now knowing what we know and who these people are, I can say that I have Moorish ancestors.
Correct, exactly. You see where it's all throughout the European bloodlines, especially the royal European bloodlines, because these are ancient.
There's really
lines.
There's no way around it. So if that was the description of what they were calling our European ancestors, I just see a lot of things walking back, and then going back to an old theory that is now proving to be true, that they are deporting when they're kicking some of these so-called Irish, British, they're deporting people back to their country, the land of their nativity.
Nationality. Yep.
And you got to be careful of the misnomers that you place on yourself. You might be opening yourself up.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. Good morning. Carter's host, that Johnny. What's up, cousin V? How you doing?
Good morning, cousins. How y'all doing?
Not as good as you, baby. I love those silver locks, honey.
Oh, thank you. I just redid them myself last night. You know, that braiding license coming in handy.
Right.
Listen,
I heard that.
Fingers, and the ancestors kept them fingers right, baby. Go to it. Get to it at such a critical time. You know, so our progenitors don't forget the skill. It's ours. Cornrows are from America. Damn it.
Right.
This is America, Jack. This is America, Jack. But wanted to run through a couple of things. So let's get this up here for you guys to see for yourself. See for yourself. And let's start. Shall we start with this one here? Shall we start? Can we carry on with that? Can we carry on? Y'all see that? FBI Atlanta. Let's listen to the video. Let's go to the video. We can read the article outside in the chat. But this was spicy. Meatball for the morning. One time.
FBI Atlanta says they assisted in an investigation.
Can y'all see that?
A historic
manuscript. Yes,
Mexican government. It was stolen in the 80s or 90s and is signed by the Spanish conquistador Hernan Cortez, dated February 20th, 1527. The Bureau's art crime team said the document outlines the payment of pesos of common gold for expenses in preparation for discovery of the Spice Lands.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm Chief Meteorologist Brad Niff.
Even more interesting that they decided to give the shit back. Okay, so I'm going to read the article because the news, you know, she just kind of ran through it or whatever. But Atlanta on August 13th, the FBI returned a stolen manuscript signed by Spanish conquistador Hernan Cortez to the government of Mexico. The manuscript signed on February 20th, 1527 outlines the payment of pesos of common gold for expenses related to the discovery of Spice Lands, providing insight into the planning and preparation for Cortez's journey to what now became New Spain. Returning a cultural artifact believed to have been stolen in the 1980s or 1990s was the result of close collaboration between multiple agencies and the Mexican government. El Archivo General de la Nación, Mexico's National Archives, originally counted the manuscript among a collection of historical documents, hand-signed by Cortez. After microfilming the collection in October 1993, they discovered that 15 pages had gone missing. In 2024, the Mexican government requested the FBI art teams help in locating a page 28 of the collection. With meticulous notes from the Mexican National Archive, investigators believed they could track the document through traditional detective work. Open source research led investigators to believe the missing manuscript was located in the continental United States, eventually narrowing their search. The investigators worked with FBI Atlanta and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York to find relevant records and track down the missing artifact. No one will face prosecution for the document's theft because investigators determined that the manuscript changed hands over several times over in the decades since his disappearance. The FBI art crime team is still determined to locate and return the other missing pages. So why is that important? Because there are a lot of people that have our family pictures. They have photos, things from places that were abandoned and left behind. But there's a team, and Pam Bondi's team of FBI art criminals are actually doing the right thing. Again, shout out to Pam Bondi. I got other reasons why I could sing songs for this woman. You can say what you want, but Pam Bondi's on it. She's doing her job, irrespective of skin color, and I really like what she's doing. I like it. That was that.
Although they try to make it sound like it was really complex, I'm sure Professor Hernando, whoever was in control of that thing, probably had a habit of taking pages for his own personal collection, and they started tracking that joint down. That's very limited access to who has access to manuscripts like that. Kudos to them for being able to find it and for them to be able to deliver it and put it back in its, where it's supposed to be. But yeah, definitely stay on the case, and hopefully they'll find more of those manuscripts for sure. So,
and it opens up the thought for me, like, who else was in on this? Did the university have any inkling of this? What is their compliance measures to prevent this from happening in the future? What measures did they have, in place already?
Very
brings up a
valid
lot of
points.
questions. Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Yeah, it just strikes me as something like, and it gives me the, how some white people are in a room with other white people and they start talking something negative about colored folks, and that white person's they don't agree with nothing that these people are talking about, and they remember the conversation and they dropped a little snippet to help some truth come out. It just gives that there are actually non-melanated, non-Black people that are interested in doing the right thing, irrespective of, what other people are saying about them being so prejudiced. But I'm going to just say Pam Bondi is doing a fantastic job righting some wrongs out here. And that was a good pick. That was a good pick for Donald.
Yep. Very worthy.
Yeah. I got one more thing. Now, y'all help me with this. When the American Negro Indian takes DNA tests, according to, I'll just use Ancestry and 23andMe, it gives off a lot of West African vibes. Not in the confidence level, but in their panels. And it shows the European, the other different markers that are there. However, Africans that make up less than 2% of the entire global genome can't possibly be tested because none of them are our cousins. Right. So now they're tying science again to our European ancestry. And they're saying that the ancient Europeans have West African, not African, not West African DNA. So who's the killer here? Very strange anomalies happening, where science is really kind of telling the story that the genealogy does, right? A long time ago. So now science is catching up with its mother, genealogy, because that's very much a science. And to be able to articulate it down to the T and it all makes sense, it's quite fascinating. Quite fascinating. Let me get this other article for y'all. Hold on, here we go.
Now, before, as you're pulling this up, is this a recent article or is this like an old article, like maybe from like 1990
Oh
or
no, this is
2000?
recent. This is recent. This is this morning, yesterday. Let's
Oh,
see.
oh, you mean this?
August
Wow,
13th.
less than a
Yes,
week.
indeed.
Okay.
Oh, let you less than a week. And I find it strange because I did ethnicities and hidden heritages. And for this to pop up is just so quite I don't know, no such thing as coincidence, but it's just fascinating. I'll just say that. Here we go. DNA analysis reveals West African ancestry in early medieval England. An unrelated pair of people buried in cemeteries in 7th century Britain probably had grandparents from West Africa, probably. And this is a skeleton of a girl from Updown Cemetery who was found to have West African ancestry, which could be Berber, be a whole host of things. That could be coastal continental US for all we know, the way this is set up. Two unrelated young people buried in cemeteries in England in the early Middle Ages, probably. They can't, why can't they tell? They went back this far, but they can't. Probably had grandparents from West Africa. How and when their relatives arrived in Britain is unknown, but the discovery implies that migrants in Anglo-Saxon times were coming from much further afield than previously thought. After the Romans finally withdrew from Britain in AD 410, Britain was invaded and settled by Germanic Anglo-Saxons and Jutes. To investigate whether people also arrived elsewhere, Duncan Sayer at the University of Central Lancashire, UK, and his colleagues have analyzed ancient DNA from the bones of people buried in two 17th century cemeteries in England's southern coast. So I'm going to drop that there for y'all to see. But I need y'all to see how this is all coming together in the grand scheme of genealogy and ancestry and being able to interpret what it is that you're finding and not be so spooked. So give you a little spicy meatball before we round this up and take off to get on with the rest of our days. But let me give you this little genealogy meatball. When you're doing in the British colonies, I'm just going to go with the British colonies. In the British colonies from the early 1700s to right about 1810, right before their almost complete extraction, because there was several extractions of Great Britain leaving different portions of the 13 colonies, right? When you see the records, Church of England, a lot of you probably think that it's some foreign record and doesn't pertain to you. But the Anglican Church was the first church in England, in Virginia, right? They had the Anglican Church. So you will find your family baptized. That also is proof of their baptism. Pocahontas is baptized. There are lots of them baptized. The Okanichi Sapani family baptized. A lot of the Powhatan family baptized, married. Their words are in the Church of England. And I'm going to just leave y'all with that. What y'all think about the DNA?
It raises so many questions about
Ancient Europeans got West African DNA, but West Africans don't have West African DNA.
somebody playing in our face. I tell you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would like to show an example, even pre-England colonies, of the Africans, of course, that came over with the Spaniards, and how easily we can find them within the history too. Yeah, I like to show an example of that. Just a little quick. This is just a little quick clip.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But this adds context to exactly what we're talking about here. Whenever you're ready, cuz you just let me know. Okay, so as we go here, This is from the news, and let's see what it says. Again, this is back in 2017, but it starts putting a lot of pieces together.
Believed these people were some of the first settlers in St. Augustine, dating back to 1572, buried under a colonial church. And that first burial found
an African male, 30s or 40s.
That African male is believed to have sailed with the Spanish to settle Florida.
It might be consistent with the Moors.
Now Krigbaum is trying to determine what these burials can reveal.
Well,
believed these people were some of
So when we talk about these Moors that are traveling over here, again, just adding context to all the conversation. When we talk about these Moors that are traveling, these West Africans that are here in the Americas, that's exactly what the data and the DNA is showing you just yesterday. So again, we're bringing you the up-to-date information because these are very relevant points that we've been making for years and years and years. But it ties it all together from the Spanish colonies into the England colonies, into the people that are in these, Americas today. Your mic's on, Gus. Your mic.
I was just confirming what you were saying. I definitely thank y'all for pulling up. I know we got to skedaddle. Everybody got to get on with their day, but we definitely wanted to come through Urban Indian Heritage News. Little snippets. Listen, y'all ain't buy y'all tickets yet? We going to see y'all in Los Angeles in October?
I was just about to ask that.
I know y'all bought y'all tickets. The tickets are on sale.
Cali on deck.
In Los Angeles. Southwest College, October 10th to the 13th. The hotel link is there. We got a hotel blocked off if you want to stay. It'll bring you to and from the airport. I think you get 2 free cocktails, 2 free margaritas, right? Because you're in LA, you're close to Viva La Mexico, and tequila is dang there, baby. If you didn't, now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. But margaritas are good, delicious. Just you get different flavors. The hotel's clean. It's close to the venue. You don't have to fight through traffic. Right? Let's do it. Right there off of Sepulveda. In that area, the proximity of the airport. You get a ride to and from. So listen, what y'all waiting on? It's capped off at a decent price, right? So
it sounds like a no-brainer.
Let me get the link.
And cousin, you need to tell them that tickets are going fast because they're on sale.
It is. Unless, can you give them the lineup? Tell them what the lineup is. Who's in the lineup? You got Marcel,
goodness. Tasha She, Phoenix Moon, cousin Ish Bay, Dr. Nolan, Damon Taylor, J Mar. So that's 3. The hard way is on that stage, right?
Yeah.
We got a whole line of Darvid, cousin Darvid Osiris. This
Professor
is a huge
Sukla.
lineup.
Yeah, Professor
Sukla.
We got Mrs. Evans coming.
Sukla.
Mrs.
People
Evans.
understand the history that each one of these speakers bring to the table.
So
please get your tickets because they're going back to regular price in September. So if y'all want to get your tickets before they sell out, y'all better get them now.
I just wanted to let folks know too, the best way to get tickets, you can go to urbanindianheritagesociety.org, click Urban Indian Events, scroll down and hit buy now. It's that easy, y'all. That easy, that quick.
Yeah.
Definitely will see y'all there for sure.
Absolutely. Bring your family too. It's children friendly. You can bring the babies. You can bring your grandparents. You can bring your great auntie. You can bring your Uncle Leroy, right? Your Aunt Phyllis.
Yep.
That's
bring
right.
Mama Pearl with you.
What you say the other day, Mom? Instead of going to DR, come to LA with grandma. Bring the whole
family. That's right.
That's right.
Period.
And somebody called me on a back channel and asked about their elderly mother, bringing them. So I sent them the hotel link that you sent me, and I called the hotel because they asked me about handicap rooms. So if people are bringing their elderly and their people that need handicap rooms, I would say book that now because they told me they only have a few.
They will go fast.
That's
they
great.
Don't
that
have
they're going to go fast.
That's great to know for folks with accessibility needs.
Good point.
And we always keep that in mind make sure that our folks that have mobility concerns, well, you always going to be safe with us. You always going to be safe and comfortable with us. Yeah, I can't wait to see y'all. It's been a long time since we've been on tour, and this right here is going up. Los Angeles, they really skill it out. They don't really have affairs for urban Indians. And this is the first of its kind. And we doing our own Indigenous Peoples Weekend. And we doing it in LA. And y'all know Lamert Park is predominantly Hotep Skillet. They don't have a clue what it is that's going on. And we're going to bring some Indigenous ancestry. We're going to bring some civic engagement. We're going to donate some of the proceeds to the homeless youth in California. I don't know if y'all have ever been there. I don't know if you've ever been there, but if you've never been to Skid Row, I suggest you probably take all the ungrateful kids there and let them see how here in America, in a city like a metropolitan city like Los Angeles, there's third world kids that live in a third world country just within that little community, right? Give them a little more gratitude and let them see how good they really have it. But yeah, come through. We working hard. We got other things to talk about, but you're going to have to wait until the next episode of Urban Indian Country News so we can talk about some of these wonderful things that's been happening and see if everybody's paying attention to the wins that's happening in Indian country, right? It's a beautiful day in Indian country. It's good to see y'all. I hope y'all was happy to see us too, spending a little time in your morning with us. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And if not us, then who? And if not now, then when? Until we meet again, Chapisa La Chike.
Chapisa La
Peace,
Chike.
love,
Peace a lot,
TK.
GK.